No, you know what? I grew up around a lot of street people. I'm not ashamed of that, and I'm not necessarily proud of that either. I'm just saying, like, your word means something in that environment. Your word means something. In a criminal environment, your word is vitally important. All right? And there's consequences. So, I had a new guy, honor student, graduated high school early, graduated college early, highest honors, blah, blah, blah. And, there was a misunderstanding, I'll say, and one of the other assistants hit him. And then he comes back and talks to me in professional language of like, that's unacceptable, violence, blah, 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 that's unacceptable. I said, shut the fuck up. What the fuck are you talking about? Just shut the fuck up. And so, tell me what happened. I said, all right, what do you think's gonna happen if you fucking behave that way? He said, yeah, but he blah, blah, blah. I said, well, no shit, what the fuck you think I would do? So this is not a professional, this is not a professional type environment. Like, I wanna work with somebody who has the dedication, like what the mafia used to be. I wanna work with a gangster that's like what the mafia used to be. It's a joke today, it's a total joke today. John Gotti was the last real gangster and spent his time right here in New York. I wanna be around people like that had, real loyalty or real honor. And this is not an internship where some cunt gets to show up, hang out for a while what's convenient, get some free training, and then he gets to bounce 2 or 7 months later. It's like, I don't want that. What a loser. I don't want to be around somebody like that. I'll never speak to them again in my life. I never speak to them ever again. If they asked for a referral or something, of course I would speak badly about them. So, of course I would. Of course I would. As somebody that betrayed, as someone that I thought highly enough that I accepted their word that it means something. And if they betray that word, I'm gonna do whatever I promised. If it's inconvenient, I'm still gonna do it. If I make a promise to somebody, it's gonna happen. I'm reluctant to make promises. I don't make very many promises. If I make a promise to somebody, it's gonna happen. But if they don't behave that way, they don't have a place in my life. So, that's the most important thing to me. And there's other skill sets that have to be there, but once somebody that hasn't even gone through a program with me, it's like, it's not even worth talking about. If you're serious, you join the program and we work together and it'll be clear if it's a fit or it's not. But I don't use that as a sales point. There's about a 3 in 1,000 chance that that's gonna happen. But the person who is eager about that, it's so clear how to do it. It's like, all right, you're go on programs like everybody else did. You're gonna go help out in your subsequent free spots, and you go help other clients and make yourself useful. And a person to do that, it's easy to invite them along again one time. And it's easy to invite them along again another time. And if they don't want to make the best of that, that's cool. I mean, it's not hard when you say, oh, it's 3 out of 1,000. No, I mean, it's really like, there's like 10 or 15 serious people in the year. Could you figure out like 3 out of 10 or 15 that are well qualified and serious? If you can't figure out how to get to the top of 3 out of 10 or 3 out of 15 that are well qualified and serious, then don't start. Don't bother.
I'm not hiring. Nah, I'm trying to keep my, like I'm saying, I'm trying to keep my overhead low. But when I remember, like, for example, my man Alex over there, it was harder to get, when he was working for me, he had to, it was like 90 days unpaid, had to move to New York from Hawaii, beautiful Hawaii, to the cold. And he did it, man. He worked hard and we focused. And then, like, you were there for like 3 years? 3 years, man, like, work hard. We went all around. I mean, he was paid after the 90 days. And then, yeah, man, we went around, made, helped me make a bunch of money, kicked it. We did a bunch of cool shit. And he was just a hard worker. And he was focused. And, and anything we need, he would come through. And I just really appreciate that, man. And that's all I'm really looking for. But now, I don't have the same strenuous thing. For me, I'm trying to change shit up where it's like, I still got a few guys from that era when Alex was there, and I'm just trying to keep those guys, and everyone else is like, I look like, all right, I can replace this motherfucker at will, right? If you start fucking up, but you need some core guys around you, guys or girls around you who are like, damn, right? And they're hard to come by, man. So I don't know. We'd probably beat that one.
Not yet. One more. One more of this. No, it's important. And is this useful to others here? Yeah. I don't want to talk to anybody that I consider an employee. I don't want to speak to them. If I pay somebody's salary, let me say it this way. It's like, I want people around me, the people that are close with me, I want our incentives in alignment. I want them to be well-trained by me personally. I want our incentives in alignment. So, they're well compensated for doing the things that I want them to do. They're not compensated by the hour. I don't have any hourly, an hourly employee is not allowed to speak to me. I don't want an hourly employee. I want incentives in alignment. I want it to clear that, if I'm giving them money, I know that they earned it. That make sense? Now, if there's hourly employees or contract people, they manage those people. I don't manage those people because they already know what to do. I train them what to do. So I spend zero time, and I mean zero. And I mean zero. I don't even know their names. There's people that do stuff for me. I have no idea what their name is. There's people I pay. I have no idea what their name is. But I know that the things that I want done are being done because they're smart people that are well trained that I've incentivized to do that. And if you'll know any of my assistants when you see people around this conference that have a Rolex watch on their arm, they look exhausted and they got a Rolex watch on their arm. That's probably one of my assistants. That's a good indicator to know. So, that's I see. So, in the aftermath, I'm buying them watches, I'm buying their flights, I'm buying their housing, I'm buying all kinds of nice stuff for them. You're going to see a guy walking around with big dick swagger, looks exhausted, and he got a nice watch with a diamond dial. You see somebody that looks like that, that must be one of the guys Derek was talking about. There's not even a joke. There's at least 3 of them here, 4 of them this week. 5 of them this week. At least 5 guys would be here that I bought watches like that for, I did great things for. But, they earned that shit for sure. And much more importantly than that, that's just like a little gesture to say thanks. It's not compensation, but it's, you have a bond with each other. The guy that pays his dues like that, you have a bond with each other. It's, all right, he's not going to fuck that up. The guy that paid his dues like that, and you always did good by them too. You always looked out for that person and did right by them too. They're not going to fuck that up. You got a friend for a long time. You got a friend for years, if not for the rest of your life.
Right.
And you got to be a good friend too, though.